And so, in his immense sorrow and regret, Aat decided to bury himself into building life. Out of his mother, Aat created the planet of Aether, with her namesake, her heart as the planet's core still beating to this very day. For his half-sisters and half-children Aluna and Sulana, Aat took their two frail bodies and created the moons of Aether, bound to their mother even after death. With their hearts so weak, the two produced very little energy in comparison to their mother. As he looked upon Enti, the sun, Aether, the planet, and the moons Sulana and Aluna, he was not satisfied. Aether was an unstable, toxic wasteland of poison and fire, volcanoes and raging earthquakes. It was a desecration of the mother he had vowed to honor. The moons Sulana and Aluna were barren wastelands with nothing to them. And Enti, as the sun, was nothing more than an eternal pit of fire. Aat wept endlessly as he looked upon his family. These tears fell down to Aether and quelled the firestorms of the planet. Some of this water went high into the air, forming the clouds of the sky. More went down to the surface, covering all but the highest peaks with massive oceans. A few splashed onto the surface of Sulana and Aluna, bringing water to the two barren moons. With the world of Aether calmed, Aat looked at the planet with reinvigorated passion, seeing its potential. Magic from both the core and Enti flowed freely between the moon and the planets, and this energy meant Aether, Sulana, and Aluna could become all paradises of life, spurred on by the careful hand of Aat. Wishing to share in this creation, Aat devised the idea to create children of his own, who could share in his vision of building a vibrant universe. Being no fool, however, Aat had learned from his own atrocities, and knew that he could not beget children that would be equal to his own almost infinite potential, as they very well may turn against him and repeat a cycle Aat refused to return to. And so, Aat was very deliberate in his creation of two children, taking great painstaking detail to ensure that while powerful, the duo would not be equals to him. He started with a single drop of his blood, and the first physical pain he had ever felt. Next, he pulled water from the oceans of Aether, mixing this with the blood. Finally, to finish his creation, sweat fell from his brow, pouring into the mixture. Aat split this concoction, and from it sprang the twin gods Luceli and Aetherverse, the second born of Aat. Aat became overcome with joy of seeing his two children, happy to have a family to share the universe and knowing love had returned to him. He raised them much the same as he was raised by Enti and Aether, wary of the return of hunger to either one of them. And for a great many years, the three existed in harmony. Aat provided guidance in the growth of Aether, allowing his two children to explore and experiment on the world. The two worked on Aether, sculpting land masses and tinkering with the climate to create a perfect world. Meanwhile, Aat began developing the rest of the solar system, surrounding Aether with 5 other planets, which he planned to help expand his family's influence when the time came. Aat curated each of these 5 planets, wishing to provide his children with unique challenges in growing them. He pulled energy from Enti, and divided this energy into equal portions, and built the worlds off these cores. Closest to Enti the sun became the planet Atar, the planet on fire. Second from the sun is the planet Ram, a planet of 1,000,000 gems in rock. Third is Cerebula, a mirage planet of the mind. Fourth sits Aether, with Makan, planet of eternal lightning storms, sitting behind it. Finally, furthest from the sun is Halida, a planet encased in ice. These planets each specialized in a different section of magic, different from the pure magic of the original Aether. Once complete, Aat took pieces of each of these planets, combining them into new shapes and forms. He then expanded and broke these pieces into a near infinite amount, flinging them into every corner of the cosmos to form the rest of the universe. Lastly, Aat formed the Belt of Crealtum. This huge ring of material existed beyond the orbit of Halida, encasing the solar system with an asteroid field combining fire, rock, mind, magic, lightning, and ice, as a final test for his children before they expanded out. The Aether solar system had been completed, and Aat rested.